Friends, Romans, list makers, lend me your ears, because it is that time of the year again. List makers are in manic mode the world over. They're trying to process the year, trying to organize this messy, confusing world into sliced and diced, bite-sized chunks, compiled as lists. As 2023 comes to a close, the internet is awash with lists yet again. Whether it's the most searched words of 2023, the most stylish people, the best books, songs or places, or even the weirdest research projects, lists are everywhere, which begs the question, what is it about lists? Why do we love them so? Simply put, because lists work. And this is according to research. It's all thanks to human psychology. At the risk of being ironic, here's a list of reasons why lists are so appealing. For starters, it is FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Humans collectively hate it as a species. So lists are hard to resist. For instance, you almost want to know which celebs broke up this year without really wanting to know. Secondly, lists feel definitive. We know exactly what we're getting. Whether it's about why the human body is so disgusting or why Nicolas Cage is a gift to humanity, lists reduce uncertainty. They make us feel in control. And you don't need to be an unhinged type A person to know that it feels good. In fact, science proves that feeling in control is good for us. I bet micromanagers everywhere feel vindicated. The third reason why lists are great is because they're less taxing. You see, information is exploding like confetti from different corners at all times. It can be overwhelming. And that is where lists come in. They make it all feel more manageable. These factors define year-ender lists, but they apply to other kinds as well, like to-do lists. Sometimes asking people to make a to-do list feels like you're peddling a cult fantasy. It seems like a Ponzi scheme, but it really isn't. If done right, to-do lists decrease anxiety, they provide structure, they make goals more achievable, and give us a record of everything that we have accomplished in a given period. And that last bit is important. You see, goals mindlessly float in our brains. They occupy space. They distract us. Because humans remember things we need to do more than the ones that we have done. And there is a scientific term for this. It is called the Zeigarnik effect. When scientists studied waiters, they could only recall orders before they had been delivered. After the dishes were served, their memories were erased. The deed was done, so the brain was allowed to let go. The same psychology applies to to-do lists. Seeing what we have achieved frees us, which is why most of us swear by them. This person went a little too far by tattooing a to-do list on their arm, but it makes sense. Wherever you look in cultural history, you will find lists. From hidden treasures to medicinal plants, lists go way back. We saw them in the Arthashastra, written in the 3rd century, an ancient Indian treatise on statecraft. It lists reasons why people lack motivation and why economic distress increases. There are lists in literature too, like in the 1920 novel Ulysses, where James Joyce describes everything his protagonist finds in his drawers. It's a literary list. It tells us so much about the character. There are lists in songs too, like in Taylor Swift's Karma, where she describes what the word means to her. To her, karma is thunder or a queen. Apparently, even the guy on the Chiefs. So lists can be lyrical. They can go viral. They can also save lives. Oskar Schindler, a German businessman, comes to mind. Reportedly, he used a list of names to save more than 1,000 Jews from concentration camps. Despite all of this, if you still feel lists to be neurotic, you can start small. Write a to-do list for yourself and witness the magic. It might just be the Gandalf you need. Because with the right list, even the smallest person can change the course of the future. Tell us how it goes.